Welcome, beautiful friends, to Garden 1842 and Home. I'm Nikki, and my best friend and I, Lynette, have this channel where we do lots of gardening, sometimes home, inside and out decor. And today I'm going to take you on a tour of my garden. I live in a zone 6 in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I'm going to show you my garden. And I'm starting back here this morning because these sunflowers have gone crazy and I'm so excited. And I also have this secret area in front of me that I can't wait to share with you. But wait, first I'm going to take us on a little trip to Home Depot because I need some good deals on some bushes to fill in my front area. So we're going to do that. And then I'm gonna come back and then I'll show you all around my garden and the flowers that I have here. It's a beautiful day. The birds are chirping. So come with me as we do a peaceful garden tour. Thanks. I hope you enjoy. And don't forget to hit subscribe, like, and make sure you comment on our videos. Check them all out. We've got a lot out there, lots of playlists. Visiting Home Depot Garden Center to see what they have on sale. I need to fill in some spots. My flowers need a little bit of sprucing up, so I will let you know what I find. Everything's on sale, it looks like. All their shrubs and trees are 50% off. I've kind of always wanted a holly tree, so I'm gonna get that. My sister's name's Holly, and it's $22.98 and then 50% off. So we'll see how that does. I have a lot of areas in my front garden that we took bad boxwoods out, so I need to replace some stuff. Okay, I'm back from Home Depot, and this is my haul. I showed you the holly that I bought. I bought 2 things of vine because I want to fill in a few things in the back. And I bought a Calabroscia, a yellow, because mine, I want to replace a couple. I bought this dianthus, which is a perennial. So I'm excited that's going to come back up next year. And I bought a garden phlox, which is also a perennial. And it's a really pretty pink. So I'm going to try that in the back. And then I bought this spirea bush. I know Lynette likes these, so I thought I'd try to fill in a couple of my empty spots up front. So that is my haul. The bushes were 50% off, which is super exciting. I'm going to start right here. This is my favorite part of my yard. Well, one of them. But when I look out my kitchen window while I'm washing dishes, this is what I can see. So I try to make it like a little bit like a Zen garden. The fountain here is new this year. I just added it in. And my nephews made me a bunch of rock Zen towers all around, and I will show you when I get there. So this area, I have become quite a fan of garden like metal art. And I have some bells here. And this is a strawberry plant, and there are actually strawberries on there. I bought it because I just like the pink flowers that it came out. I didn't really expect to get strawberries, but there are some. And this is a potato vine that is going crazy. It's climbing up my bench, and in there is a tropical plant, and I will put the name up for you, and some more vines. And my little smiley face, Sunshine. I just bought that because it made me smile when I saw it at the store. I added this bench last year, and I just keep adding more things to it. It's all rocks underneath. I try to keep the weeds at a minimum. It's not that easy. Oh, and the sun's coming out. So the fountain is gonna go a little higher. So I'll give you the view from out here. And I will share with you the rest of my little items. I have these pillows that I leave out. They're getting a little faded by the sun, but it just makes it seem quaint. And my butterfly, it's a wire butterfly. That is from Hobby Lobby, one of my favorite stores. And again, this is a tropical plant. My neighbor had these. She plants these every year in her back, and I've never tried them. Hers always look beautiful. So this year I thought I'd try them, and they have done magnificent. Maybe because it's so tropical heat here this summer. We have had a really warm summer, so maybe that's why. But again, the potato vine is going wild, and I have some other vines in there. There's actually 3 pots in here. You can't really see them that well because this potato vine has taken over everybody. It's taken over everything, but it's so beautiful. I love it. And these are my garden metal art. I got this at a outside craft show. This one I believe my mom gave me as a gift. That one I just bought because I liked it. This one I've had for a long time. It's a little rusty, but I keep it going. And this one I love too. It shines bright in the night. It's solar, so it has a light inside. This is an outside view of our indoor patio that's screened in, which we also love that area, and I will show you that later. This I also got at the same craft show where we bought this, and we're huge Ohio State fans. I could not pass it up. Absolutely love it. Here, just give you a little glimpse of, so I have this, which I love. Little chime. We have lights at the top, and we just kind of relax out here. And it's nice because it's screened in and there's no bugs. I don't have any real plants. They're just fake plants, just to make it look pretty. Patio, sweet patio. Taking you over to this area. This is sunflowers that I planted with a seed. I never dreamed those would get that tall. I think they're probably like 10 foot. You saw them in the thumbnail. I'm like almost 5'10", so they're towering over me. They are just beautiful. My husband was gonna cut them down when they first started, before they had flowers. He thought they were weeds. I said, do not touch those. Those are my seeds. I planted those and now they're huge and they are gorgeous. And we noticed a few hummingbirds around them. So I just put in a hook with some hummingbird feeders on them. So I'm hoping that I get to see some hummingbird action. They've been around, and they seem to like these sunflowers. This is just a little path to the other side of the yard that I made, and another Zen garden, another Zen rock tower that my nephews made. This is a rose bush. It's not blooming right now. I trimmed it way back. It had some beautiful blooms. It was huge earlier in the summer. So I can maybe pop a picture up of how pretty it is. And these, I will pop a picture up of those two and their name. Lots of hostas. Some of the hostas are doing great. Some are not doing so great. So I'm not sure. I think it's just really hot here, so that has not helped them. This is my lantern collection that I absolutely love. And my mother-in-law has an extra large one she's gonna give me, which I think will plop down right in there perfectly. Some calabracia that I planted, and my mom gave me this rose for Mother's Day, so I'm hoping it blooms. And this is just my kind of like my rock Zen garden area, and it's just very peaceful. I did not have any luck with the zinnia seeds this year. Last year they were gangbusters. They did not grow this year, so I got lazy and just bought some pots, and I planted this annual. These are coneflower that I planted last year, and they came back up. They're looking a little, they need trimmed back a little, but they're a very pretty pale orange. And this is the other side of my sunflowers. So I planted cosmos also, and they are super tall too, and huge. There's a bee. These bees are loving my sunflowers. This area and those sunflowers just make me so happy. I just love them. In my little bench area, I just like to come out here and just walk around and check it all out, really. And if you can hear, let's see if we can hear my little fountain. It's not very loud, it's not very sunny at the moment, but it does make some noise when it's real quiet out here. And there's some birds. Moving over to by my door here is a statue angel. And this bird flower holder, I just love it. It has some ivy in it and some calabrachia. And then this one also has some yard decor and a bee. And I've learned to love bees and butterflies this summer more than ever. So I have a lot of bees and a lot of little yard art around my yard. This is just another area outside my door. These are pink geraniums. They've done pretty well. I keep popping them off as they get dried out and kind of stop blooming, and then they seem to grow back. Like I said, it's been really hot here. I've been on top of the watering. Some stuff is doing really good. Some stuff, meh. These are daisies and some pink petunias. I love the pink. As you can see, I have a lot of pink. Love the pink. And this was another plant that when I just looked it up, it was called Never Die. And I'll put the formal name up, but it has not done well in any area, and it was supposed to be full sun. But I leave it out here. I keep plucking off the dead pieces, trimming it back, see if it'll come back. I like the greenery on it though, so I'm just gonna leave it be. I plucked off the edges, and I like the green. The green leaves look super healthy, so I'm gonna keep plugging away with it. My mom has some of these, and hers have done great. So I don't know if it's just where I have them, or, you know, sometimes this is all just trial and error. So we will see if it comes back. This is our outdoor area next to my Zen area. And this is a pergola. My husband actually built this. He is quite the woodworker. He loves to do things and make things, and he does a really good job with that. He also made some of our furniture, which I'll show you a little closer. But these are, I always hang plants from here. Vine, potato vines, the tropical plant, and that Never Die plant is in here, but it's not doing very well. But I do swap these around on the four corners because sometimes they bloom better depending. So I'll just kind of water and flip them around. Right now they look a little thirsty, so I'll hit them with some water tonight, but they look really pretty. They have more pink flowers. I'll show you when that's really blooming. This is our hammock that we love. And I have some chimes here that I love to listen to. Chimes on each side, and they just blow in the wind, and they are so beautiful. I love the sounds. I also, another tip, I went to the Dollar Tree and got these solar lights and just stuck them in my pots. $1.25, and they light up at night, which I just love the little ambiance of extra lights all around. I stick those in a lot of my plants. For that price, you can't beat it. This is our area where we sit outside a lot. The black chairs we bought. The brown furniture my husband built. And he did a great job on these. He also built this cover and this fire pit. So he built the cover and the fire pit, and on that is some more little calabrachia petunias. And I just got this little this plant holder, which I think is so cute. And it's like a little teapot with a pot inside, and it has some vine coming out there. And I will show you a little close-up of the flowers that pop out in this. This one looks like it has a lot of blooms. I'll have to, like I said, I usually swap around each corner. This one has more blooms too. It's in the corner. Maybe it's not getting as much sun or not as much heat on it. But this is our little area. And this is the view from the angle here. And you can hear the chimes because it's windy. It's supposed to rain later, so we'll see if it actually does. This is my table. This table's pretty old. We have had it for years. It's been moved from house to house, and it has slate under it. So what I did was just take a fabric or flannel lined tablecloth and put it over top and kind of cinched it with clips on the bottom just to cover it, because the pieces are falling off until we decide what we want to get and if we get a new one. But there's some more plants here. There's some daisies. They need pinched off and they're a little bit wiry. And a little pig that I just added there, just like my little lawn ornaments. And some beautiful pink petunias that are going wild there. And another one of those Never Die plants that I'm gonna pluck and keep it down to the green. This is the walkway to get to my backyard, in my back patio. And I have a couple plants here. I don't remember what this is. It's not doing well, but I have the same one on my light posts and it's doing better. So I'm not sure if it was not getting enough sun, too much sun. This is another tropical and some vine and impatience, I believe. And then I have a bunch of hostas out here. They do okay. Lynette thought maybe this tree sucks a lot of the life out of this whole island, so a lot of stuff won't live here, which makes a lot of sense because I can't get these hostas to get nearly as big as my ones over there. So who knows? Again, it's a hot air balloon. And then what's so funny is we put these birds' nests, we put one here and we put one in the back, or in the front, I'm sorry. And there's a nest in there. You can see the wood coming out. We didn't even know. I don't know if there's an active nest in there, but there was a nest at some point. So the birds finally took our advice and got in the birdhouse. It's so exciting. And again, there's just the entrance. We have lights on our pergola that really make the ambiance real nice here in the evening. This is my front porch, and I don't have any real flowers up here. I just decided to do fake flowers, and I went with a bee theme just because I just am into bees this year. So I have a little bee thing on this. I have a bee pillow. I've got a bee happy on my plant. Those are just faux boxwood balls. And I have a bee mat, bees on my mat. And I have a little bee on my planter there. And I have the chime hanging from the door because that's supposed to keep the birds away. We have fought birds here for so long, but I think now that they are in the bird houses, they're not bothering us anymore. And I always keep treats here for the delivery people so they can enjoy a treat for all their hard work. And that is the front porch. I will be switching this. Do a football themed front porch, and I'm gonna switch it all over. There is one plant here that has a little bee whirly in there. And I have a lot of grasses, daylilies, which I just cleaned them up. They get to a point where they get so heavy and they fall over. Rose bush over there, some impatiens in pots. This is another birdhouse that birds built in there. It's so funny because we laughed and joked that when they were inhabiting our porch all the time, we were fighting them and fighting them and fighting them. My husband was putting up chicken wire, they were building on top of it. We were putting up all kinds of stuff to try to keep them off, and they still kept building, so we just let them be. But we laughed because we put these birdhouses out here and we said, let's get some neon signs and say, birdhouse this way. Well, we didn't have to do that because they found it on their own. So maybe I need to get a few more birdhouses. They seem to like them. There's more impatiens. I just went with pots I didn't plant this year. A lot of spots we need to fill in with bushes. So I'm still searching for bushes. This is gonna be my theme for my front porch. I have a senior football player and it's super exciting. And this is interesting. So these are petunias that have just come up. I did not plant these. They're coming up in different spots all over my beds. Aren't they just beautiful? They're not perennials, so who knows? That's the mystery of it. You never know how it works. This is a new plant, and I will pop the name up on the screen because I don't remember what it was. That's one of those I got at Home Depot. And I bought this holly tree back in the back. More impatiens. There's some more petunias just popping up randomly. Just random. This is my island out on front of the house, and I have 4 rose bushes. They did okay. One hosta, and I just put pots here of impatiens. Again, this gigantic tree, Lynette thinks maybe this sucks out all the nutrients from stuff in here, which could be right because I can't seem to get anything to do really well here or grow. However, there is another little grouping of petunias that I did not plant. So they're coming up. And then these are something Lynette gave me irises, I believe, and they're doing good. They had flowers, but they've bloomed, I think, for the season. And I don't remember what these are called, so I will put the name up on the screen. And these guys, and these. This is the one last bed, well, kind of the first bed, but this is the bed that right when you pull in our driveway. So I have some clematis on the pole. It does kind of good sometimes. We've got bushes here that need to go. We had a disease that went through our bushes. So that is a rose bush that's trimmed way back. I don't know if it's gonna come back. And this is a new thing I planted this year. And this is the same plant that I showed you that was kind of dead in the back, but it's doing okay here. Like I said, it's been really warm here, so we have fought a lot of heat and weather. Just take you a quick walk on my sidewalk up to the front door. These just kill me. These petunias that just randomly popped. Here's one last peek at my favorite area of my garden. Thanks for joining me today. Be sure to hit that subscribe and like button and tell us what you think about our videos. Now you go out and find your passion today. Whatever that may be, go and enjoy your garden. Thanks.